HadesOmega here, and I'm looking at the 2016 Toyota Prius, the 4th gen Prius. It's pretty cool. It looks like, so this is the car. They're having a little ride and drive event. Pretty cool. Another one thing I noticed that's interesting about this, the trunk seems lighter, but he's more willing to go up. But one cool feature I thought was cool is it comes with the air compressor. And oh, there's even like some kind. Oh, they got rid of the spare. There's no spare anymore, I think. I don't know. I can't seem to open it. But that looks like a tire sealant type dealie, so I think they've got rid of the spare. Well, they have tools to take the wheel off, so I'm assuming maybe the spare is underneath, but I can't seem to get to it. Again, he seemed to open it. So maybe there is no spare. I have to look that up. The trunk actually looks wider. It looks kind of smaller though. There's this little tarp of secrecy here, still removable. Same Prius styling. I think it looks kind of cool. It looks much slimmer than the 3rd gen Prius.
But I did like that you just hit a button.
I do have to say the interior looks cool. I don't know what trim this is. This is probably one of the higher trim levels. It still has a 60/40 splitting seats. It looks like the center armrest is a little nicer. It has like a little stopper now. It doesn't just flop down to the middle. It has a nice cup holder. It looks pretty much your typical Prius seating. Still plenty of leg room. Yeah, it's the material. The seats are very cushy. I'll tell you that. There's a little 12-volt dealie down here, and it looks like they got cup holders on the sides. I don't know what this is. Just to kind of hide stuff. These are like anchor points for seats, for child seats. It's got one of those little shark fin antenna dealies. Here's what the front of the car looks like. I have to say that it looks like they kind of slimmed the car down a little bit. At the front, that definitely looks more streamlined. The headlights are much smaller now. This seems to be the design that cars are going to nowadays, kind of like the Jeeps and stuff. Yeah, there's hardly a grill in the front. There's just two little openings. Pretty cool. So you can see here, it looks like it has a proximity beeper thing, kind of like the Miata. When something comes up on your blind spot, it'll beep and warn you something's there. That's cool. There's the engine. I'm thinking it's very. I'm not really sure on the specs on this guy. It looks, I don't know, sort of similar. Let me get a picture of this. Ta-da! Still uses 0W20. Interesting to note is the auxiliary battery is in the front of the engine bay now. There's the inverter. It's so small now. Yeah, wow. It's like half the size of a 2nd gen inverter. There's the ECU. This intake is right here. It's so small. Yeah, I think the filter is so tiny. Coolant reservoir there. So yeah, it's definitely packed in here. It seems like the engine takes up most of the room. Everything else is much smaller now, though. It's pretty cool. I'll tell you now, the hood is ultra light. It's what's to be expected from a Prius. Like I said, the interior is fantastic looking. I like that. It's so cool looking. So like the mirror adjusters are It's a little joystick now, as opposed to the little pad it had before. Same typical Prius button setup. Another interesting thing, this looks like what is it? Wireless charger. This little power thing here. So if you got a wireless charging dealie on your phone, because my phone fits in there perfectly, but I don't have wireless charging on my phone, so. So they went back to the second gen. They had it like right around here. Third gen they had it right here, and so now they're going with the kind of like this joystick on the center console type dealing. I think I don't know. I think I kind of like the third gen. It's like this, but it's not like you really need to touch it all the time. Yeah. Everything looks. They've gone with this kind of flat looking look on the interior where the buttons are. It looks like all the buttons still operate the HVAC assembly. I like this. This is Prius. This little touch here. And there's a little display console here. It still has a home link and auto darkening mirror. I hope they have auto darkening side mirrors. That's big. Right. This one has a sunroof. The same, I don't like this, where like if you leave it open, it drains the battery. Oh, here's the steering wheel. The steering wheel has some pretty cool stuff. This looks like a auto parking, maybe, could be. These are joystick buttons to operate controls and stuff. This looks like some kind of proximity alarm. This looks like audio controls and trip. So like a lot of all the buttons to control stuff are on the steering wheel, and like I said, I'm not really sure how this works here. Oh, it has like a little computer basically in it. It has a little port to put it has like a micro SD port right here. That's cool. Let's go look at there's a 12-volt dealie. They're all external now. They're not inside the glove box. You don't have wires coming out of your glove box anymore. That's good. It's cup holders. I don't know why this goes in and out like that. I'm not sure. But it has a little things to grab your cup here. So there's a drive mode button. So now they went to a single drive mode and an EV button. So I guess you can toggle through different modes through here. I kind of don't like this because it's hard to operate and you have to lift your arm to get in it. Yeah, so now this is just a compartment. It doesn't serve any other purpose. It doesn't flip open anymore. It seems like the inside is kind of smaller in this car, but you know, it's still okay. So it seems like each side has its own heated seat, and there's a high and low option now. Also, if you look here, there's another button there. So each of the passenger and the driver can operate their own heated seats. And yep, they still got the cup holders on the side. These cup holders, 1, 2, 4. There's 6 cup holders in this car. That's awesome. And then here's this is the dash lights are push now.
I just drove one of these,
and
and it's pretty freaking rad.
Like, so there's the heads-up display. Oh yeah, you have to look at it a certain way, but see, you can turn it off. You can have just the speedometer, and you can have like the little gauge that tells you how economical you're driving and the battery. And then here's the computer. Basically, there's a little computer in here, and you got nav here, and you got it tells you all your power controls, like the you know, this is the usual Prius stuff. Pretty cool. It has pass records and stuff. It records how good you've been driving. Setup, screen settings, Bluetooth, audio. Phone, traffic. It's pretty cool. It has a little traffic map. So you can see here on the freeway, not too much traffic right now. You can check your messages on your phone. I don't want to set it up though. It's home. Oh, okay, home is kind of just like everything screen. Has a combination of the map and all that stuff. It's synced up to somebody's phone right now. And so this basically increases or decreases your temperature, and you can turn on all your air conditioning here. And let's go take a look at this. So traction control turned off. So you have a little. I'm operating this with the steering wheel. For different settings, there's a compass, music, climate control. Okay, this is like the lane guidance thing. I guess if you drift off the lane, it'll tell you, or it'll automatically drift away from the lane. What else? There's like a little meter thing. Oh yeah. If you go down, you can go into the little meter thing, like kind of like what's on the heads-up display right now. So pretty cool, and it tells you how economically you're driving. Yeah, it's definitely fun. It has a lot of power. It's really smooth, and they said that it has like a all full independent suspension instead of just a torsion bar in the rear. So it supposedly handles better, but I didn't really get a chance to try that. What else? The steering was very light, which is something I kind of like, because one of my gripes with the Prius is a new Prius that has a new one has pretty tight steering, and as it wears out, as it gets older, it gets lighter, and I actually like it lighter for some reason. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Took it for a drive. They said there's different models. There's the Eco model, gets like 58 miles per gallon. That's pretty cool. You can see, yes, some models don't have a spare tire like this one. It just has a compressor and some sealant. So that's pretty interesting. This one does have a sunroof. So it gets HadesOmega seal of approval. They said they start at like 24,000. So that's not too bad for a car packed with this much technology. It's like a base model. The one I drive was a base model, but I liked it. They said they come with a nickel metal hydride and a lithium ion, depending on what model you buy. Like, I think the one I drove was a 3. I think it did have it, I think. And it'll get a little good gas mileage because you got a bigger battery. Pretty cool. Take a look at the manual here real quick. Oh yeah, some cool stuff in here. This has like some covers of some sort. There's a lot of documentation that goes with this car. If you ask me, that glove box is kind of small. There's little tangs here to hold floor mats in now. If you look at them, you can easily take them